Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome back to Dan's Trades. It's been a little while, been on a commission. As always, none of this is advice, strictly only talking for entertainment and or educational purposes only. Today is actually Friday, October 3rd. I'm going to do a little review and just talking about a trade I took earlier this week. Overnight, it was actually shortly after midnight on NQ on the 2nd. And yes, I do have it queued up to replay. We'll just make this full screen. Can I do full screen? Yes. All right, yeah, it is in replay. Just to dial back, this is what I was looking at. Hourly chart, NQZ 2025. This is a look at the week. So the idea that I had, right now we got Wednesday going into Thursday. Wednesday is the high and the low of the week. We've both been established, so I was looking at potential weekly profiles. Monday we made a high. Wednesday we made a low, and then we broke through that high again. So it was reversal Wednesday. So I'm looking at a Wednesday reversal pattern as a continuation into Thursday and Friday. So I'm looking for longs. And what do I see? I see a swing low that just formed as midnight. Here's 2300 hours. Here's midnight on the 2nd opening up. So we're going to draw a fib from the low to the high here. And this is using one indicator from OHLC, David over there, OHLC Academy. And you can do a ton of things with it. I got this one set on for dailies. You can pick and choose what you want to target. I kind of shuffle these around for what I'm interested in at the time. Fair value gaps, you can have it automatically showing. Opening prices. Ton of things he's coded in here. It's not a commercial, just saying, in case someone's asking where are these coming from, that's where it's coming from. So, this is all based on the hourly chart, so we'll zoom in here. Drop down to a 15-minute. So there's what we're looking at. Now we got a 15-minute swing low, 2 swing lows, daily high so far, which is also the all-time high, establishing the Asia session. So Asia just closed up. We've had some accumulation here. Now we're consolidating. I'm anticipating a longer move up. So I'm looking for longs. So I want to start to get in after I identified that most potential weekly profile. So I started placing longs. We'll drop down to even smaller minute chart here. Let's go down to a 5. Get a little bit better view for what we're looking at. So I just wanted to show what the setup looked like when I was starting to enter. And I can just undo. We can show the drawings. So here's the fib from this low to that high. And we had come down, did not make midpoint, came back up to upper quadrant, and I'll drop down to the 1 minute, because this is also shortly after he had just came out with the suspension block PD array, which my eye has always seen these, but I never knew that he had a defined PD array. I knew sooner or later it would probably come out, and we're finally here. So I was actually calling these out. This is also when I based this trade off of it. And I've mocked it up some here on the 1 minute chart. Oops, not that. Get out of here. So we see we're respecting this quadrant area, trading around it. Spike down the middle of Asia. It's a half an hour before the opening. So then here we got midnight opening price right there, showing this line. I do have hourly opens on here. That's what these lines are. And that's the first 30 minutes. So midnight opening range is right here. And as we look in, let's just get rid of that. It's the long tool just showing where the trade idea was. So I marked this up earlier in the week. This one looks like it got moved slightly. I'm looking for the suspension block that's in there because I had one right there. So this block, this up close candle, is hanging, being suspended in between these two bodies. So that's one right there. And look at where it respected, came down, consequent encroachment, midpoint. So my eye likes these. I'm just finally glad that he revealed that one out of his PD arrays of list of 81. There's another one. There's another one. Yes, it is overnight, so there's one over here too. There's one over here. So you're going to see more overnight because trading is thinner. But it's still fractal in nature. So that's what I was basing my entries off of. I might as well just turn it on now since well, actually it won't show because it's in replay mode. Let's run this forward a little bit. Here's where it's creating this one. This is a 5-minute. That's why you don't see it on the 1, so I'll show you that. I'll go up to the 5. So there's the 5-minute suspension block. And there's also an inversion here that's coming from the tool. So I have it on 2 most recent, and then this one turned into an inversion. Go back to a 1. Play it forward. Alright, I'm just going to turn the replay off and I'll just dial back into it. Let's exit this, just show where we'll dial it back in. Alright, so now we're back. Market's closed, or will be closing in a second here. It's definitely after hours. Alright, so here we are. Looking at the 1-minute chart. So I came in started monitoring price action, and I identified that weekly reversal potential, looking for longs. We're dialed in where we were. We'll turn our executions on, not that. I gotta zoom it out so I can get off the indicator. There's the entries. So again, started with the 1 hour, moved down to the 15. Now we're looking at it from a 1 just to show the execution. So fibs drawn, low to high. So that's basically the daily low at the time. The low of the day, we'll draw that right on it. $16.14. Not that the exact time matters. So it's 16. Let's see the low here. $992.75, $992.75. So equal lows. That's why I was originally right there, because that was just the first one at 1609 on a 1 minute chart. That's where the fib's drawn in the top of the line at the high of the day at the time. It's right there. 25.07650. Retrace back down. Strong distribution 30 minutes before midnight. Clearing buy stops, or excuse me, sell stops. Sell side activation. Running back up, leaving equal highs. This is when I identified the weekly profile, so I wanted to start establishing a position. So my first entry was here. Yes, in the premium zone of this quadrant, but I was looking for a longer term play. I'm not just doing a super short scalp. So first entry, then I started watching, saw this play out like that. Entered after this inversion fair value gap. Became an inversion right after this closure. Entering right there. Came back down, retraced into this fair value gap. Stopping right before here, so added on one there. Suspension block, came back down, retraced, added on. Now we got the 5 minute one here, come back down, trading all the way on. So this was the final entry, so 5 contracts. And then targeting. It's going to be clearing the daily high. And then round number 25,100. It's going to be another look. So here's our first contract came off. So yeah, it's not a ton of points, but I just wanted to start peeling off since I had 5 positions on with the date or with the average rate around 65, 62, because we have multiple entries down here. So it's 25,069, 062, 058, 062, 067. So 062 was about the average. 76 NQ contracts now. We're not on minis anymore, so just taking the first one off as we've made a new daily high, and that is confirming the change of state of delivery for the daily candle, so looking for the expansion. So this is all creating the wick of the day. And I'm in bed now. Entered these on and I went to bed. So midnight opening, so it's 11 o'clock my time. Watched it till about not even 1. And just went to bed. Woke up 7 in the morning, came to check it out. Saw that we had exited one here. Consolidated through. Oh, and then look, we're moving. 25,100, big figure. Exited one tick before it, 25,099.75. There's our second target, or third target, is 0.5, negative 0.5 standard deviation. 118.50. Just left it. Came back down 5 in the morning. Came back down and tapped. Huh, interesting. The previous daily high is where it came down and tapped. And then, so strong distribution followed by strong accumulation. Hitting that, 118.50. So there's what I would have got taken out if I'd be watching this. So here's why it's better when you're not even watching. Just set up your trade and let it go. Because you know what happened is, when you don't care if you're wrong, it doesn't matter. You follow the process. So there's where that contract came off. See the carrot right at the line. Then since we took more, it came back down, consolidated. Then we get the pre-market, 7 o'clock. Algorithm kicks back in. We're on the move. And it comes up to our final terminus. 160.25, 160.25. Bang. Thank you very much at 8 o'clock in the morning. I come in to check. Here's where I looked. So 7 o'clock for me is 8 o'clock New York. And I said, oh, that was kind of nice. Here comes a 9:30 open. Bam. Strong distribution. So that was a beautiful trade for sleeping. Where was the stop? Down here. So that's where I had on the tool. Can I undo back to it? I think. It takes into account every mouse movement, so that's kind of annoying. That's fine. That's where my stop was. So look at it from the 15 again. How did it turn out for the week now? Because today is Friday. If I was looking for that Wednesday reversal, Wednesday weekly reversal market profile, not so much. But it did the part that I cared about. It went higher on Thursday before the market opened. It's the one and only trade. I had just set that. So you can see no other trades back there. Nothing crazy going on for weeks on this account. Saw that one and it was beautiful. You do the math. Doesn't matter. And now we have the government shutdown, so I wasn't interested anymore because that's plenty for 1 week. That's plenty for a couple weeks. Can't time the market though, right? All from someone who's doing it for free. Go check out ICT's website if you haven't figured it out by now. All based on his concepts and with the help of FX for a living, doing good stuff. Figure it out for yourself. Do your own research. Don't believe me. That's sweet. So what did Friday do? Let's take a look. Asia session, very strong Asia session again. London, consolidation, boring. Just tapped it, ripped down pre-market. 9:45, there's the 9:30, so normally NFP would be right there, so that's the candle for NFP. I think they replaced it over there, but now that the government shut down, they can move around their timing, so it's interesting. We'll see how long this lasts. Very strong launch move. Then the PM was also very volatile, so it's very volatile right now with the news doing what it's doing, so be careful if you're trading live funds or anything that is live. It's very interesting, so I marked that up for my trade, right, and I just left it on there and look at what it did. Reacted to that. It still respected that spot after. Yeah, it came down and tapped this quadrant. Now we came down and respected this one. Interesting. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. Hope you've been well. I know it's been a while. I got some exciting adventures coming up. So we'll see. Might be some interesting stuff in store. So be careful. Take care of yourselves. And I thank the Lord for all these things that I can do this. So thank you, Michael. Thank you, Lord. Have a great day. And remember, tomorrow is promised for none of us. Live for today. Take care.